My client Jo got an 8-to-1 return on her ad spend for her tutoring offer using the system that I'm about to show you. If you're a teacher who gets great results for your learners and you are consistently marketing and showing up and trying to find new clients, but you're still not seeing the sales that you want, or you're not finding the right leads, this video is for you. So there are probably one of two traps that you have fallen into. Either word of mouth, you've relied on your personal network to grow your business, which is a great way to start, but now you're feeling kind of stalled out. Or maybe you've gone like the vendor agency route and you've relied on somebody else to do the marketing and the selling, and you've just kind of shown up and delivered on the offer piece, the classes, the actual teaching. But you're paying like huge percentages to vendors or agencies or marketplaces that don't really do anything other than they introduce you to the student. And then they take a percentage of all those sales for the lifetime of your relationship. So if you want to know how to move beyond that and create a predictable lead generation system, I'm going to show you exactly how to do it in this video. But first, let me show you what is possible if you implement this system correctly. Okay, let me share my screen. I have a couple of case studies to show here. So this is Jo that I mentioned at the very beginning of the video. She does English tuition specifically for teens who are going to write the GCSE. Caption's a little off there. So here, if you want to check out this full case study, it's another video on my YouTube. If you hurry, you can be my 100th subscriber. But all the details are there if you want it. This is another case study that I filmed with my client Hannah. So this is just the Fathom recording, but it made a nice summary for me. So I'm just going to share it here. So Hannah saw tangible results in just 2 weeks, including 286 new followers, 25 DMs daily, 5 new clients, and 652 pounds increase in monthly recurring revenue. That was just the first 2 weeks. If you scroll down here to the tangible results section, you will see she had achieved all of those things and she still had two more calls scheduled. So she ended up actually closing on those calls as well and created even more MRR, monthly recurring revenue, from running this system and finding leads on Instagram. And one more here. This is Amanda. So Amanda created this Instagram account brand new just to promote her teaching services. She only has 9 posts, one of which is an ad, and she has 142 followers. She was able from that to book 8 learners. So she has 8 clients signed up for her July program. Okay, so let's get into the details of how they did this. So essentially, there are 3 pieces that you need to find ideal leads on Instagram. So you need to know who's your ideal client, what transformation you help them to achieve, and then you need to run an ad to find more of those people. So the first thing that you want to do is create a statement of service in your Instagram bio. So that sounds like I help person, whoever your ideal client is, put them right in that statement. So I help person to achieve whatever your transformation is. And then, I mean, that's the bare bones. If you can call out who you help and what you help them with and put that in your Instagram bio, you're doing pretty good. If you want to spice it up a little bit, level it up, you can add in something more specific, like without the thing that they don't want at the end. So I help person achieve thing without bad thing. Um, I help 6-year-olds learn to read without frustration or without homework fights. You can also do it in a positive spin rather than like naming the pain point or the thing that they don't want. You can say, I help person achieve outcome so they can experience ripple effect. So you might want to talk about what that means to them on a bigger level. So I help 6-year-olds learn to read so they can grow into confident adults, right? Like those bigger impacts that your teaching will actually have on these kids potentially for life. Okay. So the client, the transformation, and then the ad. So a lot of teachers will fall into the trap of thinking that ads are not effective. And it's because they didn't get super clear on those first two steps. If you don't have your offer in terms of not the deliverables, nobody cares about that at the beginning, but what is it that you're going to help them to solve? That's your offer. So if you don't have your offer clear and your ideal client clear, then you really can't run an ad because you don't know who you're talking to. So client transformation ad is the most predictable, fastest, and from what I've seen, most profitable way to bring leads into your teaching business. So, what to do with those leads is going to be another video because I don't want to get too bogged down in the details here. But if you're finding that you're feeling really stuck in your teaching business and you don't know how to grow and you're only attracting other tutors to your social media, I highly recommend running an ad. So, another mistake I see when teachers are like, yeah, okay, let's run an ad, let's do this, I need more kids. They turn on the ad and then they turn it right back off again. So, the machine learning in Instagram is going to take a couple of days to figure out who likes your ad. It's kind of sending it off wildly, trying to figure out who actually watches it, who watches it for longer, who then clicks through to your profile, and who follows you. And they're trying to find a pattern, or it is trying to find a pattern based on who interacts with it and how. So you need to give it at least 3 days before you really know if it's working or not, because Instagram is just kind of like pinging it off to everybody. And after 3 days, you need to start tracking your quality percent. So this is where it gets really tricky. You have to individually look at each person and decide whether or not they are your potential ideal client. This doesn't mean like they're ready to buy from you right now. It means they could buy from you one day. So, like, is it a parent or is it a robot? Um, and the only way to figure that out, like Instagram thinks that it's giving you 100% quality, right? It's like, this is exactly what you need. Here you go. But you have to be really clear on it yourself. You have to make up a definition of who is your ideal client and then go through your followers individually to see, do they match that definition or not? And that is honestly the only way to know if your ad is effective. And a lot of teachers, a lot of people who are running ads don't want to sit down and do that hard work because it is tedious and time consuming. But if you want to know that you have a lead generation system that works, it is what you need to do. And you need to track quality percent because it will change over time. Um, it's really hard to know based on sales alone because very, very few people are going to see your ad and buy from you in the same week. The sales tracking is a delayed metric. So the first thing you want to look at is actually your quality percentage or how many of the people who are following from your ad are actually your ideal audience. Okay, so if you are ready to move beyond word of mouth and create a profitable lead generation system, click the link in the description below this video to book a call to apply to work with me.